Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Elza Ramadhani. Here I will read chapter 1, the concept of group discussion. An effective group discussion. A group discussion is defined as a critical dialogue about a certain topic or possibly a variety of topics held in a group of sufficient size to allow all participants to participate. A leader is necessary for a group of 2 or 3 to have a successful debate. But if the number exceeds 5 or 6, a leader or facilitator might be useful when there are 8 or more people in the group. A leader or facilitator, whether formal or informal, is nearly always helpful in ensuring that the discussion runs smoothly. A good interaction is more than excitation followed by relaxation. In an ideal group conversation, interaction entails acting in a reciprocal manner on one another's. As an example, a class demonstrating interaction will process as follows: teacher or student, teacher on student, students or students, students or materials, student and materials. The procedures for group discussion will be carried out by the student when the learning process is in progress. Although a group discussion is a type of meeting, it differs from formal meeting in several ways. It may or may not have a clear objective. Many group tales are simply that a group of people discussing a topic. It's possible that this will lead to a goal, but it's also possible that it's one. Its leadership is usually less directed than that of a meeting, and it emphasizes process, the exploration of idea over product, particular text to be completed within the bounds of the meeting itself. Leading a discussion group is not the same as leading a meeting. It might not have a clear objective. Many group conversations are simply that group people bouncing idea of each other about a topic. Running a meeting is not the same as leading a discussion group. It's a lot closer to functioning as the element of group discussion. All members of the group have the opportunity to speak freely, expressing their own idea and feelings and the purpose and complete their thoughts. All members of the group can openly hear others' idea and feelings. Group members can safely test out ideas that are not yet fully formed. Group members can receive and respond to respectful but honest and constructive feedback. Feedback might be favorable or negative, or it can simply clarify or address factual questions or errors, but it is always given with respect. Various points of view are presented and discussion. The discussion is not dominated by any one person. Arguments will held are based on the content of idea and opinions, not on personality, and even in the most heated debates, arguments are based on the content of idea and opinions, not on personalities. Many group talks are held for no other reason than to exchange ideas and viewpoints. Finally, a successful group conversation is one in which a wide range of view and perspective are heard and considered. This enables the group to active is a goal if one exists or the develop foundation for continued discussion or additional interaction and collaboration among its members. C. The purpose of a group discussion such as create a new situation from a collection, lunch, and invitive aids, explore cooperative or collaborative arrangements among groups or organizations, discuss and or analyze an issue with no specific goals in mind but understanding, develop a strategic plan for an in, initiative, initiative or advocacy and campaign and intervention as discussive policy and policy change, air concern and difference among individuals or groups, hold public hearings on proposed laws or legislation. D. When my led a group discussion. Of course, the need or desire for a group conversation can emerge at any moment, but there are occasions when it is especially vital. At the commencement of a new project, whether you are planning an intervention, launching a new in initiative, launching a new program, forming a association, or launching an advocacy or other campaign. An open and inclusive conservation is likely to be critical to developing the best possible plan and gaining community support and ownership. And next, when a problem can no longer be overlooked, when juvenile violence reaches a tipping point, the community is drinking water is the main hazard dose, or the HIV invitation red crisis group must assemble to debate the issue and devise extension plan to shift the pendulum back in the right direction. Next, when two or more groups must be brought together, convening a group made of up of representatives from all of the sides engaged is one technique to cope with racial or ethnic hatred. For example, the subsequent discussion and the opportunity for people from various backgrounds to form personal bonds with one another can go a long way toward addressing everyone concerned and reducing tension. Next, when extension group is deciding what to do next or trying to solve a problem that is important to them, a community service organization personnel, for example, might want to plan its work for the coming months or figure out how to cope with people who have special eccentricities of issue. A. Help the group establish ground rules. The ground rules of a group discussion are the parameters that assist keep the conversation on topic and keep it from devolving into name calling or simple bickering. If the group is having problems coming up with the words on where to, you call to recommend the following. No name calling, angry outbursts, or accusation should be used to treat others with respect. Next, There will be no disputes directed at people, only concepts and opinions will be debated. This sacrament shall be civil rather than mocking. And next, please don't interrupt. Listen to entirety of what others are saying, rather than just rushing through your own recitation in your head. Next, respect the time of the group so that others have an opportunity to respond. Try to keep your comments short and to the point. Next, take all comments seriously and attempt to give them a fair evaluation. Others' thoughts and remarks might persuade you to modify your mind or vice versa, being critical to remain flexible. And next, if someone disagrees with you, don't get dismissed, examine both points of view, and only argue for you if you still believe it is correct. Everyone is accountable for agreeing to F. Let the discussion. The discussion topic or assisting the group in the setting the topic, fostering the open process involving all participants, asking questions or offering idea to advance the discussion, summarizing or clarifying important points, arguments, and ideas, and wrapping up the session are just a few of them. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this, as well as some discussion group leader does and doesn't. Choosing a theme is the first step. The conversation topic is already defined if the group is meeting to discuss a specific issue or to plan something. If the topic is uncertain, someone should assist the group in defining it. The leader can play this role by asking the correct question, clarifying the problem, and encouraging group suggestion. Promoting an open process, nurturing your level of involvement may vary depending on your leadership style, but you do have certain obligation here. Setting open process ties paying an extension to the discussion process, topic, and interpersonal dynamics all at once. Default tasks as the leader, uh, your job is to tell the group what to do or to force particular conclusion, but to ensure that the group picks an appropriate topic that meets its needs, that there are no right answer to begin with, no predetermined conclusion, that no one person or small group dominates the discussion, that everyone follows the ground rules, that discussion is civil and organized, and that all ideas are critically analyzed. When it appears that commenting on the discussion process or interpersonal issue is beneficial, you may do so. Next, all participants are involved. This is part of promoting openness, but it is significant enough to warrant its own mention. To include individuals who are less aggressive or timid, or who simply can speak out fast enough, you may directly ask for their opinion and ensure them with body language, smile when they say something, lean and gaze toward them frequently, and be aware of when they want to speak but can't. Everyone should have lot of opportunity to convey their perspective, both for the sake of the process and for the sake of the interchange of ideas. Next, to advance the topic, you can ask a question or make suggestion. The leader should be aware of the debate's progress and should be able to ask questions, supply information, or make arguments that stimulate thought or move the discussion along as needed. It's the leader's role to keep the conversation going if members are having problem grasping the topic, being sidetracked by trivial concept or simply running out of steam. Next important point, arguments or concepts are summarized or clarified. This job requires ensuring that everyone understands. Addition point out the twist sides of an issue. It can include reiterating a group conclusion or emphasizing a specific notion or point set by an individual. What I believe I heard you say, the goal is to ensure that everyone knows what the person or group was trying to say. Next, the session is coming to a close. As the meeting comes to a close, the leader should assign the group in referring the conversation and formulating plans for the next session or more discussion session action involving other people or group H. He should ask go through any agreed upon assessment or tweets, making sure that everyone understands their obligation and the deadlines for those responsibilities. Other elements in the wrap-up include gathering comments on the session, including suggestions for how improve it, highlighting the group accomplishments and thinking the do's and the don'ts for discussion leaders. Do model the attitudes and behaviors you want your group members to have. This includes treating all members of the group with respect, promoting the open process, displaying what it means to be a learner or an answer, and providing ways to find out, asking questions based on the author's remarks, focusing on position rather than the speaker, and listening attentively. Next, and encourage other will with your body language and tone of voice, as well as your words. Maintain an open and accessible body posture. Smile when appropriate, and pay close attention to everyone. Next, thank you for the participation in the debate of providing positive feedback so that you follow involvement by smiling, repairing group members' point and other means. Next, observe people's behaviors and sentiment and reply appropriately. If group members are perplexed, it might be beneficial to go through the comments or point that created the perplexity again, or to restate them more clearly. Next, post open-ended inquiries. Use questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no to advance the topic. Instant questions solve lead some level of thought from members of the group, as well as response to provide reason or analysis. Next, control your own prejudice. A member of the group should be urged to make sensible decisions about which stance or point of view they want to support, and ultimately which concept the group agree on make the most sense to them. Identification and discussion bias, including your own benefits, both you and the rest of the group, and encourage disagreement and assist the group and making creative use of it. Disagreement should be analyzed and utilities rather disseminated over. Next, as much as possible, keep your mouth shut. Discussion group are for the most part for the members of the group. You may be a members of the group who has been invited to lead it, in which case you have every right to participate in the conversation, or although not to dominate. Don't don't let a single person or a small number of people dominate the conversation. This can be accomplished in a non-threatening manner. Next, allow one point of view to take precedence over others until it is supported by fact and logic, and is successfully persuading group members to change their belief. It's exactly what you want to happen in a productive group conversation. Next, don't presume anybody has specific belief or viewpoints because of his culture, upbringing, race, personal style, or anything else. Next, don't try to be the wisest person on the planet. Even if you know more about the discussion topic than the majority of the others in the group. For example, if you are the teacher, portraying yourself as the intellectual authority, the niche group members the opportunity. Has summary. A successful group discussion leader must pay attention to the discussion procedure and topic, as well as the people in the group. He must, to extent possible, prepare the speech and the setting, assist the group in establishing ground rules that will keep the discussion civil and comfortable, provide whatever material required, familiarize yourself with the topic, and ensure that any pre-discussion readings or assessment are distributed in a timely manner. Then he must lead the debate, ensure that it is conducted in an open manner, with everyone participating and no one dominating. When personal difficulties and demands of individual group members affect the group, pay attention to them, some reserve or clarify when necessary, and ask questions. Thank you, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.